Okay.
All right.
Forever.
So as long as you're not asking me about specific dancers,
Okay.
because I won't be able to rattle off a list like
All right,
that.
well, you're
you know?
live.
We are live. And we are live on Instagram too. So anyways, guys, this is a great day to be alive because it's Monday Motivation. And guess what? We have a beautiful guest in the studios.
Yes. For
Studios.
Monday, Motivation Monday. Yeah.
And I actually have a lot of funny things to talk about because just today we just turned basic. So let's just get this started
talk
real
about
quick.
that. Yeah.
Welcome to the 863 Morning Show with your hosts, San Martin Rodriguez and Eric Knight.
Yeah. All right. There we go.
We're always crooked.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
I actually started
Okay.
a great morning because I just turned basic is what they call it.
With the pumpkin spice latte is in the office. Yes.
Guys,
Yeah.
Like your
we
own
didn't get a
pumpkin
chance to get Nicole one, but I wanted you to enjoy this with us. We are going to start right now by sipping our pumpkin spice latte.
Fall is Wednesday, so we did a little 2 days early. But what do you think?
Your daughter was like, so what you're trying to say is you're basic, huh?
That's what she told me. Yeah.
So anyways, tell everybody what day it is so we can go ahead and get
All right.
into
So
our
it
day.
is pepperoni pizza day, which is weird for a
Pepperoni
Monday,
pizza.
but that's the day we're at. Yeah.
Pepperoni pizza with the touch of pumpkin spice latte.
Yes, get your pumpkin spice
Pumpkin
pepperoni
spice
pizza.
latte.
Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah,
That's
you
spicy.
definitely need to do it.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, we got to stop talking because we have something special to go ahead and talk about, and we want to start talking about it right now. So without further ado, tell everybody who you are and what makes you famous.
Oh, I'm not famous.
You
but
will be
thank
you.
now today. Yes,
you
yeah,
are.
You already are.
Yeah.
Oh, hi everybody. I am Nicole Kennedy. I'm the CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Arizona.
That's
Mhm.
famous.
And look at check it
Yeah.
out. You even got a name tag up there.
And you got
Oh,
comments.
right.
So over here, this is where the comments come in.
So if they want to
Questions?
say
So-
hello, oh my gosh, Nicole Kennedy, I believe you are an actual gem to our community, and now that you have the name for Central Arizona, because at first you were just like locally in Prescott, but then they gave you the bigger title, or how did that work?
Well, we've always been local. So Central Arizona probably sounds a bit confusing. Sometimes, people can confuse us with Phoenix, but we are entirely local. So our clubs are in Prescott and Prescott Valley. We serve kids in the Quad Cities.
I think people forget that we are Central Arizona. Everything north of Phoenix, they're like Northern Arizona, but Phoenix is kind of south.
Yeah.
So all right, that makes sense. So all of Central Arizona. So that is this area, which we're kind of west.
Mhm.
But does it go into Cottonwood? Does it go into where does it?
Not
Not
yet.
yet. Okay. I hear plans in the future. Yeah.
Certainly there's a lot of kids in need and a lot of room for growth, and we are growing. But right now our two core clubs are in Prescott and Prescott Valley.
Okay, that's awesome.
Okay, I'm just enjoying my basic life right over here. But the thing is that, Boys and Girls Club have been a tremendous part of a lot of children's lives. Not only that, but, single parents or even parents in general, gives them a safe place to go. And not to mention, there's a lot of cool things that are attached with it. Do you care to tell everybody about what the whole club is all about?
Yeah, absolutely. So contrary to sometimes, we're called a daycare, but we are so much more than that. There's probably an element of truth in there, sure, but we really provide kids opportunities that they wouldn't otherwise have. We are that safe space for parents to take their kids after school, and we are open all day long during the summer, spring break, fall break. So we're bridging the gap when school is closed and parents are at work. But we do have 6 different program sectors. To the point of not being a daycare. They do all kinds of things. So academic success is one of our core sectors. And so during the school year, they have an hour to work on their homework, which parents love and kids really need to be working on, especially right now with the learning gaps that have occurred over this past year and a half.
Yes, most definitely. And I really do believe in this whole organization, and to a point where tons of people have believed in it. You guys have raised so much money. This is the nonprofit that I know of in the local area that has done such a freaking tremendous job. And I say it with a little grain of salt, but at the same time, tell everybody, this next event that's coming up. This is the reason.
This is the
why
big one,
this is
right? This is
all
why you're
about.
here, right?
And this is
we're
the reason
seeing
why we're doing this.
We're seeing signs everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
If you haven't saw the sign,
You must be under a rock
Here's
right
a sign right now.
Yeah. All
So
right.
tell everybody about this event that's coming up right now, and why is it so important to the club?
Yeah, so Dancing for the Stars is our signature event, if you will, locally to the community, and really it's modeled after the TV show. We're now in our 5th year, and the idea is we're bringing about professional dancers paired with celebrities or champions for children, and they're out in the community not only learning a dance routine to impress everybody on October 2nd, but also and very importantly, fundraising for the kids. So tickets, sponsorships, and votes are the 3 ways.
And I'm going to go ahead and share a portion of this so you guys can go ahead and see this. Right now, this is Dancing for the Stars. Here's the actual logo, and here's some of the dancers that are going to be dancing in this. But this is the biggest part of it. All right, guys, it's all about raising money for the children, and these are the couples that are going to be a part of it. And if you guys know anybody that's on there, give them tag their name right now. Let them know that we're talking about them right now. As you can see, we also have Mayor Cal Palguda inside and a part of this. A lot of these dancers have been, dancing for this event for a very long time. What brings this, and how come it's so magical for the community? I mean, like, it is like everybody's like, oh my god, there's like a gala. Everybody wants to dress up.
It is.
And show
And
up.
October 2nd, there's a lot going on. So you guys are competing for a lot of attention that day. So why do people want to go to this event?
Well, I think it is unique to your point. People do want an excuse to get dressed up in Prescott, but it's different. It's not the traditional gala where you have an auction for fun and exciting vacations and things like that, but it's a true performance. And the dancers work really hard. I mean, they dedicate a lot of time to really impress the audience.
I see a few little snippets on people's Facebook pages, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they got a whole backup crew dancers coming through, and I'm like, you guys are crazy. But the cool thing about this, I mean, I don't know if the dollars raised on the bottom of them are current and actually
How far behind are they? Yeah,
they're current.
They're current. Okay, awesome.
So this is huge, guys. I mean, I to see this happen and for the community to come together and raise money for the children, like we just got done with our being a part of the Casa for Kids Gala, and that alone was raising money for the children. And I'm just like, man, this is amazing to see how many community members are really wanting to do that for our children. So look at that. Who's the number one?
Yeah, who's the number one fundraiser
Jen
right
James Martin. Let's talk about her. I mean, holy moly! Like, is she the only one dancing, or does she have an actual partner?
She is the first ever in Dancing for the Stars history solo act.
Okay. Well, she's doing pretty well.
Yes, she's doing really well. She's actually raised $61,000. This is a really huge thing. Like, I mean, okay, so how did this evolve? How did it become the actual event of the year for the Boys and Girls Club?
The long story evolution. Of
Yeah,
how it
yeah.
came to
Yeah,
Prescott.
In 30 seconds or less.
Okay,
Yes.
30 seconds or less. Well, 5 years ago, I guess really more 6 years ago, our board was looking for something unique to bring to Prescott, a way to engage with the community and to showcase what the Boys and Girls Clubs does in a new way. So the idea really originally came from a former organization I worked for in the Valley. They've been doing it for a number of years, and so I asked for their blessing to bring it to Prescott, and they said yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you hear the Boys and Girls Club, it's been a part of our communities for how long now? I mean, how long has it been like a part of our?
We have a pretty long, kind of a peppered history, truly. We were around, and I say the mid-century because I don't have years and writing documented, unfortunately, but somewhere in the 50s and 60s, there was a boys club.
Mm-hmm.
It was on Gurley Street where the current county office is, the former jail building is. And yeah, so we served boys only at that time. They didn't actually add girls, fun fact, to Boys and Girls Club's name until the 90s.
Wow, really?
Jeez, I didn't even know
that either. Right.
That is so insane. You know, some days you just wake up and you're just like, I was this old when I learned that. And once again, I am that old when I just learned that. I'm going to go ahead and show a little video of what you guys have to see for this. So just check this out, guys. I think
to go far, go together. This
I'm gonna
past
start it over, guys. See how professional I am?
Yeah. And bam, look at this editing.
This probably gonna have to get a commercial break in there.
Music.
No, actually.
Yeah.
We could get the TikTok dances of all seasons.
There is an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. This past year, we went far, stretching, reaching, and hitting new marks in every possible way.
You guys see
And we
I'm
did it
standing up.
because we all went together.
Yes.
Our dancers also stretched and reached in new ways, quite literally. And their commitment to our kids is what allowed us to remain flexible and provide unprecedented services for our community. When we say that we are celebrating you, it is from the depth of our hearts for what you have accomplished for us. Thank you to all who have supported our most important fundraiser of the year. Our presenting sponsors, Lamb Chevrolet, El Gato Azul, Granville Universal Homes, Charles Schwab, and James Deepwell Ranch. We are grateful to all who have contributed their time, talent, and treasure to benefit our kids. We have all pivoted in unique ways this year. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Arizona have increased operational hours by over 60% in spring and fall months to serve families of essential service workers and those who are without a safe place for their kids. Now, with the recent school closures, we have again opened for full-day support. We are committed to serving our youth and families, and we simply cannot do it without the generosity of our community. We are eternally grateful for all of our dancers who pulled together to make this a success for our kids. We are so excited to honor each of you for your tremendous efforts.
And just a disclaimer, everybody, this was from last year, but it was the mission statement is still a part of it. So that means
These are some of the people that did it last year, huh? So how much was raised last year? That's a big number, right?
So I think we netted just about 200,000 last year.
All right, so it looks like you might be on track to do better this year already.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, last year was definitely unusual. It was a year that everybody still came together and still tried their hardest, and yet we weren't able to hold the show, unfortunately. So we didn't reach the true capacity of what our event usually reaches. But the dancers still did the hard work, and the sponsors and people supported in a time that we really needed.
So that's a good question. So people have to buy tickets to go see this.
Mhm.
Is there a way to see it online?
We will be having a live stream. Yes.
Okay, cool. So there you go.
And are you sold out?
No, we
Not
have
yet.
tickets. We actually still have some VIP tickets. We're at a new venue, so the Hendricks Auditorium at Mile High Middle School. Some new
How many people does that
surprises this
sit?
year. 900.
What?
Yeah.
So we've got a matinee and an afternoon
And that's
VIP
way
package.
bigger than the Elks Theater. By
Yeah.
400 seats.
Yeah.
So that's huge. That's like you just doubled the size of it, which is totally awesome. I think that's a good thing, but it's kind of sad that you weren't able to go ahead and keep it traditional into the place that it was. But you got a bigger place, so I think that's a win-win. Tracy, it was like, we love Nicole. So thankful for all of you
Yeah.
do for the families in our community. And we totally 100% agree. And a few people are saying, I worked at the Scottsdale Boys and Girls Club when I was a long time ago.
Mhm.
How long ago, Logan? Logan is the owner of Schooling Hogs out there in Prescott Valley. So he joins us on a regular basis.
And I don't know if you saw
everyone.
that. He said, just so everybody's clear, the middle of the state is Dewey, is what he said. So,
Yeah, well, we serve kids in Dewey, so I guess we can claim that central name, right?
right.
I don't know if this could possibly be Jess Savalini. Savalini? Savalini?
I see. I like how it's like anonymous.
Well, it's the cool part about it is that in some of the pages that we are on right now, we are probably on 5 different ones. So the only way that we can see your names if you give StreamYard access, and sometimes they can't. So I'm assuming this might be Jess or one of her crew members saying, you gotta vote for Jess. But if you want to go ahead and vote for Jess, this is the way
okay.
to do
So
it
let's
right
talk about that. So what does voting do? Tell us about the voting thing.
Okay, so
All right.
voting it's what people often do if they can't attend in person, if tickets don't make sense for them, but they still want to support their favorite dance team. It's fully tax credit eligible. So, they can do up to $800 married filing jointly or $400 individual and get that all directly back on their taxes.
And you just vote by picking your team and
Yep.
donating the money to that team. Okay. All right. So do they win by how much money they raise or how good they are?
So there are three.
I'd be like 2 left feet. Let's
Right.
roll, man. As long as I don't get
Right.
voted by that,
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
how do they? I mean, how does it work?
So because, they are not both professional dancers, there is a judge's choice award, which is really about, what kind of stage presence do they have? Are they captivating the audience? Not technically judged, right? This is not a formal technical judging like a true dance competition would be. So I wanted to put that disclaimer out there.
Did they fall off the stage? Did you know?
Right.
I mean, like you get the win for falling off the stage. You went.
I don't know. I bet you these teams are pretty impressive. Like I would be like, whoa, nope.
I think
they're very
they
impressive.
definitely have their skills. This one right here is like a very heartfelt. We love to go ahead and interact with our people on the line. This one right here is actually a really.
There we go. It is Jess voting for Jess. There we go. Yep.
It's all right. You can do it. So Diana was saying, when I was a single mom, Boys and Girls Club was a lifesaver in the summer. My kids loved all the activities and their new friends. So this is a very big deal. This is a very big deal for our community and also for some members that are in our community, which could possibly change their lives in the direction and course that they're probably headed. For me, it was me downtown on the streets. I was doing bad things. I remember this whatever. I actually stole a bike when I was younger, and these are the type of things that you don't want your children to be doing. And I don't feel happy about that. My probation officer, Ben Stokes, I actually remember his name because he put the fear of God in me, and he says, do you want to come to my house and steal my bike? And I'm like, no, sir, I don't want to no more things. And so anyways, guys, instead of having you and your children have to deal with the juvenile probation in a place like that, I suggest you look into stuff for them to do.
Well, this is great. And I think a lot of people complain in Prescott, there's nothing for kids to do. And we were at the fair last weekend, and it's like so many kids, and everybody's like, we need stuff for these kids to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they don't, they get into trouble.
Absolutely.
And so this is great.
Yeah.
And, what other programs can people get involved with?
Sure. So we have a wide variety for the kids to do. One of the things we launched this summer, relaunched, was a mountain biking program. So the kids got to go and be out on the trails, learning about, the mechanics of biking.
Do you guys provide the bikes?
We did
Okay.
get a grant.
Okay, cool. There you go.
To be able to pay for
I
the
could just
bikes.
see people being like, oh, that'd be really cool, but I don't have a bike.
Mm-hmm.
And so there you go. Okay, so
Yeah.
they can provide the bike. All
Yeah.
right, that's cool.
And we are really the I guess claim to fame of Boys and Girls Clubs. What we're known for is we're the affordable place for kids to go after school. So we do have a lot of single moms, single parent families, and we empower them to not have to choose between going to work and having a safe place for their kids. So
And meeting San Martin's old probation officer.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
yeah.
it was one of those moments where you think about, what kind of course of life would have been if I went that way. I think my sister was a part of it back in the days, and as you say, it was 1990. I'm thinking it would, because I know there's another organization that's kind of comparable to it, or even close with the names or whatever. But anyways, she had a big sister. And so we used to go along with them, and we used to do, fun things and stuff. And I was like, how come I don't get? I think it was those figure. Like nobody wants Martine. But anyways, guys, it's actually a really cool program. I think that a lot of people will benefit out of it. And not to mention, with all the money raised, I think that right there alone keeps the doors open.
And this is like the big event. There's not a whole lot of other fundraisers throughout the year.
true. We really
But you do have one more coming up. If I'm not mistaken, I think I looked it up, and you have, let me see. I think you have one more event. Was it a golfing tournament by chance?
We have historically had it's a smaller golf tournament that it's mostly board and a few friends of our board that get together. We're not doing it this year, but
Okay.
that has been a small fundraiser for us.
I tell you this much is that, you put a lot of work into it. I was like, hey, I want you to be a part of this. And you're just like, man, I've been so busy just focusing on the things that are happening. What kind of things can our community do for you to help you out?
Oh gosh, there's so many things. I always say it's your time, your treasure, your talent. You can do any of those. So of
When
course,
you say time, how do people volunteer? Because
So-
it's not like they just walk in and be like, hey, I'm here. There's a little bit more to it, right?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a lot more to it. We're
Okay.
actually in the middle of revamping our volunteer program. But one of the great ways is if you have a passion for working with kids, you can be a volunteer and help out with a variety of our programs. So say you're an expert in the arts, or you're an expert in science, or any of the different, sectors, if you will, which are many: recreation, culinary. There's all kinds of things that they could do, or even just helping out with homework. You could volunteer an hour a week just to be there with the kids. And
everybody's like, I need some yard cleanup. Does that work? Just kidding. No, don't use it for that one. Well, here's another one. When I was an assistant cheer coach, the Bradshaw cheer team were big to some kids. I love this program. So obviously, if you have a program that wants to go ahead and have this opportunity to go ahead and bring some littles in, is that what you call them?
So no, totally different organization, but we do, like, it happens all the time. So no worries. We both serve kids, but Big Brothers Big Sisters is the organization that has bigs and littles.
Okay.
They're more mentor based. So, they're a volunteer based program that.
And it's one-on-one, right?
Mhm.
And so you guys are more on one-on group type thing. Like that's where the volunteers are coming in.
Yeah, we have the brick and mortar facilities for, parents to bring their kids during out of school hours. So a little bit different, though we do serve a lot of the same families.
Mhm. And if you guys didn't know, if you tuned in later on into this episode, this is Nicole Kennedy, CEO of the
Boys and Girls Club.
See, I'm gonna mess it up if I.
Now you're nervous. You're like,
yeah. That's why I kept on calling it club in the morning. At the beginning, I was like, man, I know I always mess this up because it always happens. So the cool part about this is it's going to be coming up. There is tickets available. How much do the tickets cost?
So we have a whole range of options to support. The matinee tickets are $50. It's kind of your more traditional family-friendly afternoon show. So a lot of people will bring their kids to that show.
What time does that start?
At 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow. That is really matinee. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so and anybody can go. It's all ages.
All ages.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
Okay.
My son has gone every year. He's going to be 8 this year. So he's been going since the very first year, watching the matinee show. And then the evening show, we have both general admission tickets that are $100 and then the VIP experience, which are $250. Those are two very different things. The general admission is just the show, and the VIP experience, if you will, has a red carpet reception that starts at 3:30 at the quad at the middle school. You won't recognize it as a school, I promise. And then we have an after party after the evening show.
And where is the brick and mortar building that you guys? There's just one right now.
Two.
There's two. Okay, there are two. One in Prescott, one in Prescott Valley. Where are they?
So the Prescott Valley Club is actually on Robert Road and Lewes, that corner. If you drive by, you wouldn't miss it. There's a NBA regulation size gym.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that
So
was huge. The
okay.
Northern Arizona or the Phoenix Suns or the Northern Arizona Suns provided that, or how did that work out?
They were one of our donors, among many, that stepped up to make it happen. But yes, they were one, and the idea was originally that they were going to be practicing the NAZ Suns in the off time when the kids were not there. But as we know,
And I get questions all the time for people in Prescott Valley. Is that ever open to the public to use? Like,
So,
is there ever
yes.
open sessions for kids to go in there and play? Or
so the town of Prescott Valley has intramural sports that are also scheduled in the off hours of the clubs. And if there are people that are interested in other, kinds of uses, they would reach out to the town Parks and Rec department to
there you
schedule.
go. So I know there's a lot of basketball fans there that are like, so this thing just sits here when I'm, after hours. What's going on? And it's like, talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so we're there till 6:30 in the evening, and then later into the evening hours are the town of PV
Okay.
recreation sports.
Then there you go. You definitely organize something with them. That'd be great. Yeah. And okay. So what about Prescott?
So Prescott, we're at Aubrey and Alarcon.
Okay.
So kind of in the hills, pretty close to downtown. Not quite as visible, but we've been there for quite some time. We reopened in 2000 was the more recent history.
I take it no basketball gym there.
No, there is an outside basketball court that we do have. It's outside. But we opened in 2000 was the most recent history, if you will, where we have dates. And then post-recession, we were growing so much as a community and then shrinking again pretty quickly. And so we couldn't trim expenses to keep up. So we did close the doors for a brief time. 2012 and reopened.
Okay.
Yes, and Vice Mayor Annie Perkins says, bring it back to Chino Valley, please.
Was there one in Chino Valley at some point?
We did. We
Okay.
had a teen center for a short while in Chino Valley. It was a bit of a struggle to get regular attendance. And so we tried a few different things. The timing, COVID happened. There were just a lot of factors that didn't make sense for us to keep going at that point in time. Not to say we've thrown in the towel on Chino. We really do
It's
want to
growing.
help.
It's coming back. Yeah, it's growing. It's a big piece of the community. Well, it's funny you said off Aubrey, and so I'm guessing you get a lot of feed from Mile High Middle School, being downtown,
We
and things
do.
like that.
We have kids that walk.
It's so funny because I can't tell you that I've driven past the building. I could recognize it. Most people don't know it's downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is kind of
literally 2 blocks away from the junior high.
Yeah. So there you go. It is right downtown for those that are downtown near the middle school.
Just Savini is 100% saying, hey, if you guys want to go ahead and buy your tickets, buy it through this link right here.
Right.
Might as well give her some love. I mean,
Yes.
she's on the show.
There's a hustle right there.
She's
Yes,
definitely
absolutely.
hustling, and I like that. So if you guys want to be a participant and want to go ahead and give to the Boys and Girls Club, this is the way to do it right here.
There's the way to go right there. Easy is clicking. All right, so we're almost out of time. So what things do you want to tell everybody before we kind of wrap up? What do they need to know about this?
Let's see. Well, I would say one really easy way to support Dancing for the Stars and be tax credit eligible, which is always a bonus, right? I don't know if everybody that's listening knows, but you should know you can stack your tax credits. There are so many of them. There are the veterans tax credits, there's foster care tax credit, public school, private school, and the Arizona charitable tax credit, which is what we are representing because we serve the working poor. So the individual sponsorship, I think, is one of the great ways to support because you can get a pair of VIP tickets and it's eligible for tax credit. So it's really, it's $1,000 for that sponsorship, but really only $200 out of pocket if you're a married couple filing jointly.
Ooh.
So really a win-win.
Yeah. So there's always something for everybody to go ahead and make it. And Jess Savawini, thank you for pronouncing that for me. Oh, I love this. Okay, so guys, as you know, the Monday is coming with motivation. Today's motivation is to go ahead and give back to our community. And the way that you could do it today is also help out this organization. This organization is there to help out those that are in need, and also the single parents. Sometimes it is a struggle, and we all know it. I grew up in a single parent life, and you know it's weird. Sometimes it's weird, but this is a way to go ahead and make sure that the balance is met.
And there's
just a tribe sometimes.
And there's just so much charity stuff going on right now. We did so many charity events this weekend. It was nonstop. And since we'll talk about that probably tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But wow. So I mean, this is another great one. It's coming up. I mean, it's definitely something you need to attend. And it's great that you have the matinee thing because, like I said, there is a lot of stuff going on October 2nd. And so people can still go. So Martine, even with your birthday party, you can still go.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I'll be able to make it. Oh, my gosh. My birthday is going to be kind of fun.
The Fan Fest. You're not calling it your birthday anymore.
It's not going to be my birthday. It's going to be Fan Fest. So anyways, with that being said, guys, we've been scrolling it on the ticker on the bottom for a minute now, actually 30 to be exact. So it says Dancing for the Stars 2021, dancingforthestars.net is where you can go to go ahead and give donations or even get the tickets for the event. And
October
how many are left?
2nd. Yeah.
It's already sold out because she was on the morning show. That's what we're looking for. Let's sell it out. Let's help them out. Let's sell it out. Do you have a ticket count over how many are left? A significant amount?
We have a few in each category. So if you if you want to see the show, we'll make it happen. One other way is we are still looking for some volunteers. So if somebody wants to help out, we especially need some food servers right now for the red carpet party. They can see the show for free.
Perfect.
Woo, and eat for free.
Yeah.
I love eating. Okay, with that being said, guys, you know how the story goes. We appreciate you guys. We thank you for all the things that you're doing. And please, as far as Motivational Monday, and start your week off right by giving to this great community advocate right here. Not her specifically, but yeah. And shout out to our. We're gonna post this video of live reaction of this basic man over here bringing pumpkin spice.
We had a line just for saying around the hall. They're like pumpkin spice.
It was of men.
It was a line of men.
It wasn't a line of women. It was a line of men that were trying to go ahead and get this pumpkin spice latte creamer from Starbucks. We'll show you guys that.
It's a good day.
We'll show you guys that later. And how we always end this show is peace, love, happiness. Let it not be war. And remember, love always wins.